Hello all sentient beings and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, we look at some new Transformers Studio Series listings for 2022. Takara Tomy has a new Transformers collection on the way, and we get a look at some of Aaron Gray's concept art. Today is Wednesday, May 12th, 2021, and this is episode 433 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that hasn't seen SNL yet, but assumes that Charles took the $2,000 worth of Dogecoin we bought and went to Cancun. I'm your host, Jeremy, aka Akko. I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. The extraordinary Epic.
Hello.
Fantastic fan artist, Apollo, aka Robo Apollo.
Hi there.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hey, how's it going? Let's talk Transformers.
All right. And yeah, Charles just kind of split town on us. Maybe he'll be back next week. But show must go on. As always, we start off a show with thanking our Donatrions, who are the awesome people that donate to the show and help keep the show running. And you can support the show by going to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And we really appreciate all the help. We also want to remind everyone that Empire of Rust episode 49, Steel Haven for some, Steel Trap for others, just came out this past Monday, May 10th. So check that out. And I guess we're just going to jump right into toy news.
All right. And I'm going to start off with a topic that Charles would have definitely taken if he were here. And that's rumors. Charles likes to talk about rumors. We've got a listing courtesy of the TFW board. And it's talking about some figures that are appearing in I guess it's via UPC codes, and I don't think it says the store that it's from, but yeah. So apparently some UPC codes have shown up in a store listing, and they're talking about Studio Series figures for 2022. Already 2022 figures. It's crazy. So anyway, the first up on the list that they've got is Deluxe Studio Series Transformers number 6 Brawn. So TF6 is going to be Bumblebee movie. I guess they're just labeling it the 6th Transformers movie. It is in sequential order, but it's not. It's the Bumblebee movie. So TF6 Brawn, and that'll be cool to get. I mean, that's a neat figure. I didn't get a lot of screen time. I don't know if he had a line, but that's an interesting design. That's for sure. Next on the list was Studio Series Deluxe from the 6th movie again, the Bumblebee movie, Ratchet. Another one of those characters that was on the screen for a very quick amount of time. But that'll be neat to...
Yeah, these are all the intro scene characters.
That's right, yeah. Next on the list, another deluxe figure from the Studio Series. This is continuing the 86 line, though. So that's a little confirmation that is if this is legit. But it's a little confirmation that the 86 line is going to continue past 2021, which is nice. I'm glad it is. So Studio Series 86 Perceptor, which will be cool. I'm hoping it's once again a working microscope. That would be really cool. Continuing on with the deluxe, or the last deluxe we have here on the list, is Studio Series Deluxe Bumblebee movie Wheeljack. And that's another one from that opening scene. So that's another really cool one. I'm really looking forward to some of these, actually. They look cool. Those ones from that opening scene are really awesome. Voyagers,
I'm just glad we didn't get Studio Series 86 Wheeljack.
Well,
just a corpse.
Oh, that would be, yeah. Could be in the future. You never know. On to Voyagers. This is another Bumblebee movie announcement, and this is Voyager class Soundwave. Epic. This one's for you for sure.
Heck yeah.
Right on. This is a really cool design again from the opening scene. Actually, was it the opening scene? No, I think it was Soundwave was in that like middle part, wasn't he?
He was there
battle.
in the list of Decepticons because remember Ravage came out and
Yeah.
everyone
I do.
called
He
Ravage
was in
a
there.
dog.
He was, but I don't know whether he was in that opening scene. Was he in the
Well,
you know? How was the
you're
opening
talking
in
about the cut with Optimus. It's more that flashback. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's
Yeah.
both. It's like both of them. But yeah, he's a beefy boy in that movie.
Yeah. He's a good one. I hope this one does come with the Ravage though. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Another Studio Series 86 figure. This one's Voyager class Junkyard, which says here that it's a retool of Retgar. That's obvious. That's been done before in the Generations line back in the day. So that'd be cool if you're looking to, beef up your Junkion squad. So get a few of those. And the last one on the list, this is Leader Class, Studio Series 86, King Starscream. Apollo, one for you on the list as well.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Hey, Starscream's the official king of the Decepticons. Megatron didn't even get that title.
I mean, not officially on a box, but I think it's Lord Megatron.
Oh, Lord, not king.
That's right. So yeah, these are awesome. The King Starscream does say it has Starscream's cape. I'm assuming the figure Starscream comes with it as well, not just a cape in a box. But
no, it's just the cape.
It's a
just
leader.
the cape.
It's a Leader class cape.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that looks pretty cool. That's a really nice, easy list. That's definitely a full wave of figures. One Studio Series Leader, 2 Voyagers. So that's one box there. The Leader would probably be packaged with another, like a repackage from a previous wave, and then 4 Deluxes. There you go. That's a full wave right there. So right on. Jeremy, anything standing out to you in this wave that you'd really be into?
I think I'm always a sucker for Perceptor. Like you said, if it's a working microscope, I think that's like one of the best gimmicks that the original toy line had. And then the recent, what series was it? It was Titan Masters, right?
Right.
Where he had the headmaster gimmick, but he also still had the like somewhat of a microscope gimmick. I think that's just so much fun. And then I think I'm not a huge fan of the movie aesthetic, but I think these ones that they're doing for the Studio Series for the Bumblebee movie are probably good choices. And Soundwave is probably interesting as well. I'm wondering if it'll come with a Ravage.
Right on. Epic. So other than Soundwave, we know you're getting Soundwave. That's a definite. But anything else on the list that kind of, screaming out at you?
I also was excited about Perceptor. I've always thought he was cool. But I really love the 86 line so far. So I'll probably end up. I am not actually a huge fan of Starscream. But I may have to check out this cape guy. Okay. King Starscream. But the movie ones I'm actually kind of interested in. I thought the aesthetic of them was pretty sweet. I guess maybe I was just appreciating that for once in a movie they looked even remotely like they're supposed to. So maybe I'll check those guys out too. But yeah, Perceptor and Soundwave I'm actually excited about.
Right on. And Apollo, obviously Starscream. Do you also then hate Soundwave? Like, is this a full-on reversal?
No, it's not. I actually really like Soundwave. Like, how many of those Soundwave Days Off comics did I draw? I drew like 4 comic strips. No, he's a good boy. No, I think the Soundwave movie design's really cool, and that's probably one of the better scenes from that movie. I mean, I loved that movie just 'cause, but hopefully he comes with a little Ravage. That would be cool. Obviously, I'm getting Starscream like as soon as the pre-orders are available. But I'd like to check out the Soundwave and the Perceptor for sure.
Right on. I think I'm with everybody here with the 86 line. I think I'm pot committed on the 86 line at this point. I'm all in on it. I'll take a look at the Bumblebee movie stuff. Soundwave is I mean, the design I agree with everybody. The design is pretty awesome. So I'll probably end up getting that if I can find it. There are an awful lot of Soundwave fans around, so finding it'll be difficult. But yeah, I think this is all in all a pretty awesome line. So 2022, let's bring it on. But that's it. That's all I got this week. Epic, what do you got?
I have some hands-on photos of Studio Series 86 Leader Class Slag. It is Slag, not Slug or Slog. And he's looking pretty sweet. It's just photos from a review that was done on YouTube. And I just was so excited about this. I'm really excited about all the Dinobots being made. I kind of hope they carry on and do all of them. But yeah, he's looking pretty sweet. Looks really cool. And so, Daryl, will you be picking up this boy?
Oh man, likely. I was a little concerned that obviously Grimlock in G1 Grimlock was bigger than everybody, and I know that they're trying to go with the keeping all the sizes pretty close to bit of a scale here. But damn, he's big. They got him next to the Grimlock here, and they're almost the same height. Like damn, they look great. Both of these guys together, a really great cartoon aesthetic on them. I'm kind of happy that they went with the red face, design, because that's what they used in the cartoon. So also it's the, if you have a red face Slag as a G1 figure, then that's a really rare, Canadian variant. So I'm kind of really stoked about that too. That's, like everybody gets a Canadian Slag at this point. But this figure looks awesome. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
So this is also supposed to come with the Daniel. So we see Daniel here. It's I think it looks like crap.
If we're being honest,
this is an understatement.
Yeah. Is
there even a face there?
No, I don't believe there is. No. Daniel is I don't know why. I mean, yes, we've talked about it before when I showed off, we talked about Grimlock and such and Wheelie with Grimlock here. What is the reason to include Daniel at this point if it's just this Kinder Egg toy that they're including?
Kinder Egg.
And this looks like the same thing you saw with Wheelie, where like the legs are fixed in that position.
They are. Yeah, you can see that there's no bend in that one leg, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So the other one's got to be the same. There's no face
there's a
whatsoever
of just the Daniel figure. It's awful.
There is?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Wait, let's look.
Is that what number?
Because
I see
the 23.
Let's see. 15.
Oh yeah.
15.
Oh yeah. Yep. I see it.
Really terrible.
Oh yep, that's the one I was looking at. Yeah. What face?
So horrendous. That is.
And then
so
you wonder
bad.
why waste your time with this, Hasbro, if you're not going to put out a decent. It's just a chunk of white plastic.
I'm sure Repro Labels is going to give something like
they'll do
at least a face.
Make it look decent, but still.
But I mean, the potential, so you can put on the box that Slag comes with Daniel. Okay, fantastic. But, Slag has a gun. But, the Dinobots were the Autobots who had swords. As a toy, each one of them had a sword, and that was awesome, right? You could get rid of this piece of shit Daniel and make a sword.
Sweet sword, yeah. How about you just melt down Daniel and make your own sword?
Yeah.
I might. I might. And for Wheelie, too. Get rid of that stupid Wheelie.
What they should brag about is that he has a sweet fire-breathing blast effect, basically. That he can put in his mouth. Let's brag about that.
That looks good. Yeah. But I'll get this. I'm sucked in. I'm going to be getting them. I'm going to have a little drawer, a little baggie filled with crap Daniel and Wheelies and whatever else they come out next. But yeah, I'm in for it.
Awesome. Apollo, how do you feel about Dinobots and Slag? Are you excited about him?
Yeah, he looks great. I'll definitely be looking into buying him once he's available to pre-order. I love his little flame effect. That's really cool. The Daniel's very disappointing. It's like, why bother? But he looks really good next to Grimlock, though. So I think that's really cool that they're slowly working their way through all the Dinobots, and it'd be really awesome if we do get a full set of them.
Yeah, totally. And Jeremy, any additions that you want to rip on Daniel anymore?
I think Daniel's probably had all, there's nothing more to be said. But I do love that they put the blast effect kind of mounting point in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And I love, even though Daryl, he does have a gun, I do love the storage of the gun in the tail to make the tail a little bit longer. Although that could have been done with the handle of a sword. But yeah, I think this thing looks great. I love it. I'm probably going to try to pick it up. And I love how like the robot mode looks really good. And then you look at it in the Triceratops mode, and it looks like the cartoon. Like the face is just very animation, accurate. And it's just, I love that they're doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to have to go back and try to find Grimlock. Because I didn't get either. I don't have any of the Studio Series 86 line.
Oh no! What are you doing?
I'm moving. I'm buying a house. But I'm gonna have to go back, I think, and get Grimlock. I think my kid would love to be able to play with these guys, and I think they're big and chonky enough that they'd be able to handle, a young kid playing with them.
For sure.
Totally.
I think Grimlock should be easy enough to find. I'm seeing a lot of stories online that he's kind of shell forming because there's so many of them. So I think you should be able to find them, hopefully on sale at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome. That is all I had for today. Apollo, what do you have?
Alrighty, so I have some concept art from Transformers War for Cybertron Siege, Power of the Primes, and BotBots. And this art is by Aaron Gray. He's a concept designer at Hasbro. And this is some really cool stuff. So we've got Optimus Prime's trailer, and it looks like there's looks like CAD drawings. I'm not sure if it was made in CAD, but it's really cool seeing like schematics like this. And then that looks like a 3D model here. Also his axe, which is really cool. This is Sideswipe, I believe, with the alt modes. So I love seeing this kind of stuff, like process and concept work. I am an artist, and it's just really cool seeing like how people come up with characters and character designs. So I always love learning like the behind the scenes stuff. There's another picture here. This is from Power of the Primes. This is Optimus Primal holding the Matrix. This is really cool. Looks like a digital painting. Here are the BotBots concept art, which is really cool. And I don't know if some of these actually exist as BotBots. There's one called Boximus. Epic, you're probably more the BotBot expert than me. I have like 20 BotBots, but I know there's a lot of them. So I don't know if Boximus exists, but he's super cute. I'm looking, and then there's a little honeybee, and I just think BotBots are pretty neat, as a concept. Here we also have some art. It's of Slash, which is really cool, in root mode, and then also robot dinosaur mode. And then we've also got, this looks like this is the digital painting too of Impactor with Mirage.
Yeah, that was the 2-pack they released.
Okay.
3-pack?
Oh,
Remember?
Oh, so was this the art on the box then?
It was a fan vote. This is what
Ah.
they released for the fan vote. And then they said, well, this one actually lost. But they still released it, but it was then a 3-pack.
Oh, I remember seeing that. That was like a few years ago, right? Was that like in 2018?
I think the fan vote might have been in 2018, but this only got
Okay.
released like last year or the year before.
Okay.
But the third figure in it was a recolor of Cog, I think, or maybe or maybe Six Gun. One of those two was the third figure inside of that pack, and it became very hard to find because the impactor that came in that 3-pack had the head of the IDW impactor and became very sought after. So.
Oh, nice. That's good to know. See, I didn't know that. So, yeah. So, Jeremy, what do you think of this?
I really like these, like especially the first couple with the kind of schematic drawings. It reminds me of like how you can look and see the old patent drawings for like the original G1 figures. But I love to kind of see, even though I don't really like the Siege Optimus Prime design, I like seeing how it came to be. And then the side swipe, it just, why did they not give Sideswipe an air alt mode like that? You know, that second image on there on the right. That just looks cool. It reminds me of the Viacons from Transformers Prime.
Mm.
And then
the one with no wheels and the giant spoiler on the back.
Yeah, the one that labeled number 3.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, it shows you the different kinds of things that they're thinking about, and I would just love to see an air version of that mold. We have so many other versions. I mean, from Gigawatt on to like all the different Sideswipe repaints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give us an aerial version. And then I think the bots, that Boximus needs to have like an Amazon logo on the side.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've seen that one released, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were in the series. If you had Boximus and Honeybee, because you can't have a Transformer series now without Optimus and Bumblebee.
It's true.
I'm pretty sure Boximus exists, and I think it was in that convention pack.
Oh. Well, still, I mean, there needs to be an Amazon logo on the side.
Yeah, I'm not positive. I don't recognize Boximus, but if it's a convention pack, then that might be why.
Yeah, well,
yeah, it looks
Jeremy,
like,
did you have any other thoughts on the art?
no, I think that's it. I'm also a sucker for this type of like development art, and I just love it.
Yeah, it's just so cool seeing like the behind the scenes and what people are thinking when creating Transformers stuff. So, anytime there's anything like this, I'll probably be talking about it on the show. Epic, what do you think of all this art?
I love getting to see all this art stuff like this. I was actually like majoring in art a few years back, but I do love concept designs and stuff. It's really neat to see how they come up with the process and everything. And then I'm really captured by the Optimus Primal drawing that they shared here. I just can't stop staring at it. It just is very compelling to look at. It's just so sweet. But the bots, of course, I'm just in love with. They're just anything chibi like this. I just can't get enough of, and it's super cute. And I actually do recognize a handful of these. So it's really fun because like there's the green pencil guy. I know there's a pencil and like the TV guy and the little bonsai and camera. They're like all ones that I have. And so it's really fun to see their SketchUp of themselves and stuff. So yeah, I really love enjoying getting to see these little peeks into the artist world and stuff.
That's cool. Daryl, what do you think of this?
Well, I'm right there with you. I am also really into all this stuff. The Optimus Prime one at the beginning, that's really awesome. I like seeing the different iterations as well, and what they finally kind of settled on. That's really awesome. The Sideswipe one, I agree with Jeremy. That one in the middle, I really wish that kind of existed at some point, because that's really stellar. Also, I kind of like the one that's labeled number 4, that third one. It's just awesome as well. The BotBots, I kind of gave up on BotBots because there were so many that I couldn't keep track of. But I'm looking at one right here, and it's the locker, the red guy on the right side. And I think this thing is supposed to be like, I think this is all just concept, right? So
a combiner.
Yeah.
I think he's actually a giant playset. Because they got him sit here and he's all folded out into this like multi-leveled thing, and I think that's what he's supposed to be, is this giant playset for
he's
other
like holding
BotBots.
the pencil and some of the other ones.
So I think that would be awesome if that existed.
Yeah, that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
So you could have this guy be the locker, and and inside you could stash a few BotBots, and then you could open them all up, and then boom, you got this giant playset to kind of play with the BotBots. So if this thing ever existed, that would be really awesome.
It's like the old Micro Machine playsets that would look like an oil can or something, and then you can store all the Micro Machines inside.
Mm-hmm. And I did look at that convention pack, and it's not Boximus. It's an Optimus Prime looking one that is a coffee cup.
Oh,
interesting. Interesting choice.
The Slash one, it's cool. There's a lot of people don't understand that the figures that come out, there's stuff like this created for every single one, right? Whether it's a remold or a repaint or not, stuff like this is created for every single one of those guys, right? So it's really neat to see a little peek into that. And I remember this artwork for the fan vote, because there was 2 other ones like this too. It was Wheeljack and who? Because the one that won was Runabout, right? And we ended up, I think we've gotten all of these figures, right? Because Runabout won, and he was facing off against I can't remember now, but it was. DJ Ronan is saying Spinister and Needle Nose. That's the only other one we haven't gotten yet. So, but
just surprising because everyone loves that Spinister mold,
right? But we did get Spinister at some point, so no Needle Nose yet. But 5 out of the 6 we got. So these are all great. I remember having all these images at the fan vote images. They're awesome.
cool. Well, that's all I've got to talk about this week.
All right. Well, I will wrap things up with a surprise that Takara Tomy dropped on us last week. They have a new line that they're calling Premium Finish. And this is from In Demand Toys. And they're starting off with a Studio Series 18 Deluxe Bumblebee mold, which is their the Bumblebee movie VW Beetle. And then a cartoon accurate Siege Voyager Optimus Prime that has green windows and some battle damage. And these are like with the Premium Finish label. I mean, the pictures we have are very low res. But I'm wondering if this is Takara getting back into the game with their paint jobs and stuff. Because before, when did they switch? I think it was in the combiner.
Was at the beginning of the Prime Wars, wasn't it?
Yeah, around then they started, just Hasbro and Takara were doing the exact same molds, paint jobs, everything. But before that, Takara would do their own paint decals, and some people, including me, preferred their paint job to what Hasbro did. I wonder if this line is them kind of getting back into that and doing some higher quality paint on these like smaller runs of these figures. And I'm all for it. I mean, even though, like I just said, I'm not a fan of the Siege Optimus Prime mold. I think it does look good, and it has the green windows like it did in the show. But the Bumblebee, I think, really looks good. And yeah, getting a Bumblebee movie studio series figure with a even better paint job, I think is going to be fantastic. But Daryl, what do you think of Takara doing this?
Well, I know that there has been some fans that have really missed the Takara paint jobs. I guess you're included.
Yeah.
So they weren't the same price. I mean, Takara stuff usually was a few dollars more. Excuse me. And it shows you how excited I am to talk about paint. But I know that there are people out there that really liked them. And there were some, I remember back in the first part of the Generation days, that you could get, like, say, Generations Blur, and it's a good figure, great transformation and stuff. But then I guess the Takara one, or Henkei, would come in, and you'd just be like, damn it, that one just looks so much better. Like, really, really good, because the paint job was just astounding. And you're like, well, how much was that one? Oh, that one's like $30 more than the one you got. I'm like, well, then that's why I'm not getting it. So,
yeah, I mean, it would be a convention pickup for me usually.
Definitely, right? Like, if you were going to collect the whole line of Siege and Earthrise and the whole War for Cybertron trilogy, and you were going to do it in this prime finish or premium finish line, you're nuts. Like, it's going to cost you a fortune, right? But pick and choose. Like, if you've got a really favorite mold or figure that you like, then maybe pick that one and pick that one up. But yeah, if that's what this is, then that's something that could be really, really cool again. If not, and it's just they're going to pick and choose a few figures here and there, then that's okay too. But yeah, it would be really cool if the people out there that really, really wanted those high end paint schemes again were able to get them. Not too sure about the green windows on Prime though. I don't know where that's coming from.
Well, it was in the Netflix series,
I guess.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really look that good, but what are you gonna do? Epic, how about you? Are you on board with different and better paint jobs?
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool that they're like doing that and stuff, just to have the option and stuff. For myself, I don't know that I care too much. I guess in the end, probably if there's a really sweet sound wave, then I'd be a sucker for it, right? But yeah, it's really neat. It's nice to have other options, basically. Mm-hmm. So if there is a nice paint job and a figure you really care about, you have the option to just have an even better version. But it's not like something that I'll necessarily be getting a whole collection of or anything, but it's cool to know that there's just additional options that are going to become available.
Yeah. And Apollo, how about you? What are your thoughts on this?
I agree with you on it. Like, I have some of the Takara Tomy versions of figures versus Hasbro and of the older ones, and I like the colors better. And the plastic feels different too. I don't know if that's really the case or not, but they just seem higher quality, and I know that's kind of silly thinking that paint, can make that big of a difference, but it does. Like, I have the Thrilling 30 Armada Starscream in both the Takara Tomy and the Hasbro version, and the Takara Tomy one just looks so much better. The colors. So I'm really excited to see these. I want to see higher res images because it's really, for me, like, there's text on top of these photos
Yeah.
too. So
Especially when it comes down to it being about the paint job and stuff.
mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I want to see the details, and Prime looks good. I don't really like the green windows, but that is what they picked for the show. But this is a good alternative for people who may want like a nice, like higher end looking figure, but not being paying like masterpiece prices. So, I don't think this said what these were costing, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, we don't
Like,
have any other information. I would hope that because we have been getting some of these Takara exclusives over through Hasbro Pulse, maybe they would do the same thing with these.
mhm. Yeah, that would be great. So those are my thoughts on this. I'm excited. I want to see more.
Cool. All right. Well, that is all of our toy news for the week. Let's move on to trips to the store. And trips to the store is the part of the show where we talk about all the awesome Transformers stuff we got this week. We do this as a video on YouTube so you can see everything we got. And we also put the audio right here in the podcast. So keep listening as we describe our stuff in loving detail. And then head over to our YouTube channel later so you can actually see it in high definition. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
We will get into what we have this week. And I got nothing because I'm moving. And unless you want to see...
Excuses.
unless you want to see like a half-finished kitchen cabinet door, that's all I get. So I guess we will start with Epic this week. So let me get you in the big window.
Alrighty. We've been doing a lot of Studio Series 86 chatting today, and I'm excited to say I finally got the Hot Rod
Nice.
from that line. So he's looking super sweet. Looks as awesome as I thought he would. So yeah, that is my trip to the store.
You gotta let me know when you open them because he's supposed to be like really good.
Awesome. Yeah, I shall. And now we're finally finishing like our display cases and stuff. So we're getting close to finally be able to open all the recent things we bought and put them.
Yeah.
Places.
I remember you last week, you just had a bunch of boxes. So none of them are open.
Yeah. Yep. Box life over here so far.
All right. Old Daryl, how about you?
Okay, so a while back I had showed off Studio Series 86 Jazz. Well, I popped him out of there, and thanks to our good friends over at Toy Hacks, I got a sticker set for him. So I was really curious as to how well this was going to look, and so I spent a lot of time yesterday setting up all these stickers for him. And man, they really do add a whole lot of detail to them. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And this is going to suck because my cameras wants to focus on me. I mean, who wouldn't?
you just had it. Oh.
I had it, but it's gone again.
Oh.
I know.
We need to get real cameras.
I know.
Someday.
Anyway, so it looks really good. I'll hold it back here. That way you can just kind of see it with
They're
me.
nice and shiny.
They are. So yeah, and it really, they give you window stickers for them as well. So if you've got them, you can definitely see that the windows
That's
are all
cool.
now covered up. It's nice. I really like the way that they all kind of went on. The sticker set for them is actually 4 stickers. Like, I mean, it's 4 sheets. The set is here. And they give you lots of optional stickers too. Like there's a bunch of them there. Like there's 2 different kind of side skirt fender stickers for them. So this little thin piece here on that side is the one that's kind of the G1 aesthetic, but there's like a really thick piece that's more of the real way that the car was done. I I just chose to do it that way. I'll open it up here, but so you can see the doors. So the doors, I had to cover up that 14. It just bugged me so much that the car was number 14 now instead of 4. So yeah, I did that. But this is a really good toy now. I mean, I hadn't opened it yet until I got the sticker set. And so I'm really happy with the way that this toy has turned out. So if you have Studio Series Jazz and you're just kind of, messing with him, and you're just like, he's a good toy, he's a good Transformer, get the Toy Hack sticker set for him. And it really, really ups the value of this guy, just the playability of him. He's really awesome. The other thing that I have here is an older figure. This is the continuation of my Euro G1 kind of collection. This is a figure that I really wasn't super keen on getting just because I've had him in a different iteration before, and the figure kind of sucks. But he's a Euro G1 figure, so I pursued him anyway. This is Skyquake. He's enormous and has a billion missiles in these little pods here. But I'll spin one here and you can see. So there they all are. There it goes. My missile. Lost forever.
Yes.
There goes another one.
Into the abyss.
Please tell me those shoot out.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They just
fall out.
He's just a bomber. So as you're a
Okay.
kid and you're playing, you can just kind of be like, just bomb everything.
All right, that works.
So and he's got the double-sided on here too, right? And I think he holds like a dozen missiles, which is insane. So yeah, he's pretty fun and cool, but he's a brick. Like he literally just like he folds to do the transformation for his, and that's it. Like there's really no articulation on him here. And all of this is gold plastic. So I got to be pretty careful here.
Oh.
But it's large, like this whole back piece here. You can see it here if I move. Like, look, that's all gold plastic.
Euro G1s love their gold plastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a very 90s thing to do. Look at all that gold plastic. Nice.
Ooh. I wish you luck. And
Can he even stand?
Oh yeah. Because he's got the little feetums at the back. Got these little feetums. So yeah, you flick those out because they go into his feet there like that. And if you didn't put him out, then he'd topple backwards. But you put his little heels out and he can stand. So this was repainted in G2 as Starscream. And Universe as King Atlas, I think it was. Yeah. So yeah, it's a I don't know who's King Atlas. Who yeah. So
Well, I mean,
anyway,
Atlas, another name.
yeah, I guess. But this is the original here, so pretty cool. But that's it. That's what I got this week.
Awesome. Now you'll put him away and never touch him again.
Yeah.
Never ever.
You must preserve them for all time now.
I gotta find a missile. There's a missile around here somewhere.
You should find a way to like vacuum seal a DTOF and just put all of your gold plastic ones.
Mm.
All right.
Keep it temperature controlled.
Yeah. All right. Well, Apollo, let's finish up with you. What do you have this week?
I've got a few things. So there were things that I'd been saving to open for a while, and I hadn't opened them until recently, and you hear them fall. The first two, they came in a set. It's the Generation Select Shattered Glass Optimus and Ratchet, and I got these off Big Bad Toy Store, and I guess they just sold out recently of them, so I feel like I lucked out. Had them for a while.
Awesome.
Purple's my favorite color, so Optimus in purple is awesome. And this is probably the closest I'll ever get to owning that Ava Optimus MP10, and Ratchet's looking pretty cool too.
Is that the Earthrise mold for Optimus?
Yeah, I believe it is. It's not
Cool.
the Siege mold, so
Yeah.
here I'll hold
Yeah.
it up to the camera so you can
Yeah.
see.
That's
But
the superior one then.
Yeah, he just looks
This,
really cool.
Yeah, it looks real nice.
This set got real popular real fast when they announced the Shattered Glass figures. and they're like, oh, there's an Optimus out there already. Let's buy that thing up. So yeah, any iterations out there got snapped up real quick.
Yeah, and who knows? They're probably going to re-release Optimus in the comic book special box, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this because he's purple. And I do have a small Optimus collection. I don't just collect Starscream and Seekers, as you see my D-top over there. But, I've got Tarn, and, he's purple, so there's a theme there. And I'm probably going to be buying Cyclonus next because I don't have him yet. So, another Optimus. This is Tiny Baby.
Oh, so cute.
Core class, Kingdom, Optimus Prime. Yep. He is super fun and really, really posable. I think they're $10. I really recommend these figures. I didn't think they were going to be any good. I thought they were going to be garbage, but they're so much fun. So there's that. And then the other two things I haven't opened them yet, but I bought a few weeks ago a model kit, the Flame Toys Starscream, and built it 2 weekends ago. And someone on the server, I don't know who hosted the original post, but there was a sale at Hobby Lobby on Flame Toys model kits. So I went and picked up Optimus.
Nice.
And then I also got Megatron. Just going to grab him. So they were 40% off. I don't know if that sale is still happening. So he was way cheaper than the price that's on here. But, 40% off, is a really good deal. I also picked up a Starscream for someone who can't find him. So, looks like I'll be building some model kits in the next few weekends. So, and that's what I got for a trip to the store.
Awesome.
Right on.
The best thing about those model kits is you can show it off when you got the box, and then you can show it off again when you actually build it.
Yeah, I've got the Starscream box on my bookshelf right now, and I'm trying to figure out where I want to put it.
Awesome.
Right on.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right. That is Trips to the Store, and that is also Transmissions this week. We have no feedback. We have no convention news this week. So we want to shout out our Masterpiece Donatrions, John Forex Lovingood and Donabout Maximize. Thanks so much, guys, for supporting at the level you do. And if you do want to leave us feedback, please go to transmissionspodcast.com/feedback. Leave us comments or voicemail. We are contractually obligated to play any voicemails we get. So leave us voicemail and we'll be happy to talk about it on a future show. So with that, thanks everyone for listening. Thank you, Apollo and Epic, for joining us this week. Epic, where can people find you online?
They can head on over to epicsuicide.com. That's EPYKsuicide.com. And there they will find all my links.
Awesome. And Apollo, where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RoboApollo. So that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Cool. And you can find me and Daryl here every week. We don't take weeks off like Charles. So,
nope.
All right.
Until you're moving.
Yeah. All right. So thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Later.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions Podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.